Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'd like to do is just kind of go over your even odd identities. And, we don't really use the even and odd identities, a lot, but it is something that is going to come up, and it is very important for you to at least identify them and know what they are. So I actually did write them out. We have the even identities, and the reason why these are even is because cosine and secant are even functions, which, I have a description into that later. And then the sine, tangent, cosecant, and cotangent are what we call odd functions, okay? And that basically, talks a lot about their symmetry and so forth. But all I really simply want to do is say, hey, knowing what you have up there, let's just simplify and to evaluate, these functions just by using the even and odd identities. So it's just helpful for us to understand, okay, since cosine is even, that means that I know that cosine of negative pi over 6 is the exact same as cosine of pi over 6, right? So I know how to graph pi over 6. Here it is right here. OK, well, pi over 6 is just this first angle. Cosine represents the x-coordinate. That's going to be square root of 3 over 2. All right. Yeah, so we're not doing like some rocket science problems here. But, it's just under basically we're going through this video so you have an understanding of, one, the even odd identities, and then really basically how we might apply them or how you could use them. So for instance, the sine of negative 4 pi over 3, and again, a lot of this comes into, what if you don't want to graph, your negative angles, or you're having trouble with that? Well, you know that this is going to be the same thing as the sine of a negative angle is the same thing as negative times the sine of the positive angle. So that's become negative sine of 4 pi over 3. Well, sine of 4 pi over 3 is going to be, let's see, 1 pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. Well, and that point here, as you can see, is direct reflection of this one. So it's 1/2, comma, square root of 3 over 2. So the sine represents the x-coordinate, the y-coordinate, which is going to be the square root of 3 over 2. And then we're multiplying this by a negative. So it's going to be a negative square root of 3 over 2. All right, and let's go ahead and take a look at the last one here. The last one here, I have tangent, negative tan of negative pi over 4. So again, using these reciprocal identities, we saw that negative angle is times a negative. So really, that's a negative times the tangent of pi over 4. Well, what we've learned about double negatives is we know that those are going to make a positive. So therefore, I just need to determine what the tangent of pi over 4 is. Well, the pi over 4 is right here. Remember, tangent is y over x. Y over x, square root of 2 over 2 divided by square root of 2 over 2 is just going to be equal to 1. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is just a kind of a brief little introduction and some little bit of problems for how to simplify or how to evaluate using your even and odd identities. Thanks.